And we are live, Facebook friends and family and anyone out there in social media land. Yeah, my shoulder's cut off right now because I got this special guy right here thinking he can move my equipment around and try to adjust things and took things off. The set's messed up. But that's what happens. It's you know what I mean? But I'm excited that he's here, and I'm excited that you're tuning in on a Sunday. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to have a very special, very fun live. This guy, he's on. If he's not on, he watches every single live, so he probably knows the rundown better than I do because he was making fun of me the other day, and he's up here from, I'm not going to say where he's from because I'm pretty sure that's going to be part of his intro and all that, but I mean, it's your motivational speaker, your empowerment coach, your author, and your favorite baker's favorite baker here to coming at you. It's Coach Clee coming at you. Make sure that you tune in to all this special information I'm about to partake of and elaborate today. I get tongue-tied every time, but it's okay. I need to know what the energy levels are on this fine Sunday afternoon, Sunday for us. I need to know what the energy levels are. So if you had a good day today, I need you to put a 1 in the comment section. Put a 1 in the comment section if you had a good day today. Thank you, Shayla, for tuning in. Please tag, like, and share. And guess what? You know what I'm about to say, right? Because I looked over to my right, right? What's coming? Tell me.
So if you had a character building day, like a peace sign, put 2 in it.
If I don't believe in bad days. I like to call them character building days because you can grow from them, you can build from them, you can learn from them. It makes you enjoy the better days, the good days that much more better. If you had a character building day, I need you to put a 2. Looks like a peace sign. Put a 2 in the comment section. Put a 2 in the comment section if you had a character building day. Nicholas is on. He had a good day today. Thank you for tuning in. And if you had what I had, because this is what I'm going to put on, he already know he's ahead of the game. If you had an outstanding, marvelous, stupendous, magnificent day, I need you to put a 0 in that chumpy. Put a 0 in the comment section if you had an outstanding day today. It's kind of like this is a bubble, and you're right there in the middle of that bubble. And you're right there in the middle of that bubble, and nothing can penetrate that. That's what I'm going to put at the end of this live. I guess you're going to put the same thing.
I have a 0 day for sure.
Good. Wow. Shayla, I'm putting a 0 day because you're Okies. That doesn't even see.
She had a 0 day with you Okies.
With you Okies? Yeah. Oh. I mean, the camera's back there, so I see Nicholas and Arlene's on. Thank you for tuning in. Please tag, like, and share. Nicholas is having a good time. Thank you. Arlene had an outstanding day today, too. I can't, I'm sorry. I have to. I just can't. I can't. Man, my whole shoulder's cut off. He mad. He's over here touching. Don't you know house etiquette that you don't touch people's stuff when you come to it?
He's got a big shoulder, man.
Yeah. That's what they say, Shoulder pads wearing. Like I said, make sure that you check out my website when you can. Workwithclee.com. Make sure you check out the website. And on the website, you're going to see my pet project, my baby, March 4th. It's a motivational empowerment book on helping you find your own breakthrough. It's what I wrote. It took me a while to write it, but it was therapeutic for me. And I wanted to help other people who had similar, or even if you have problems, it'll help you get through those problems. We talk about toxic people, toxic situations, talk about courage, talk about being healthy, and a whole bunch of mental health, and a whole bunch of other stuff. You got to check it out. It's on the website, workwithclee.com. I'll make sure it's tagged up in the website here. And I saw him today. I haven't seen him in a while. Herb Thompson. I saw him in church today. Herb Thompson, Jason Brown, Clarence Stokes, and myself, we collaborated on this book right here. No Shade, All Light is also on the website. It's 25 of our favorite quotes and what they mean to us. So it's over 100 quotes in this book. You got to check that out too. We took a lot of time into it, and we're looking for people to help guide them to the light and also just make their day a 0 day.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And on the website too, the Coach Clee apparel right there. He got on that shirt. Look at his shirt. Look at him. You know what I mean? And I got on the polo. I wore this one in church today. So this one's it's been blessed. It's been blessed. A lot of prayers been on it. Check out the website also for the Stark water. Stark alkaline water. It's a healthier version of water. Coach Clee's YouTube page and Coach Clee's Facebook page. Subscribe and like to it, all right? But I'm going to jump right into this one. I'm going to jump into it.
Let's get it started.
Actually, I can't jump into it because I told you I can't do that yet because I got a few announcements to make.
Okay.
It's all right, though. It's my show. I can do that.
You can do what you want to do.
Carlisle, pay attention. Carlisle, at the Carlisle Hope Station, August 17th. It's going to be at the Memorial Park, 149 West Penn Street. They're having a back-to-school bash, okay? They're going to be giving away free food and free backpacks, and that's going to be going on from 1 p.m. till 3 p.m. So in the Carlisle area, check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Susquehanna, August 18th, the very next day, they're having the back to school bash. It's going to be at Edgemont Park, 2181 Locust Lane. That's going to be going on from 3 p.m. till 5 p.m. There's also going to be food, giveaways, and fun going on there. And from Vinny Davis, you know, I got to give that shout out. On August 24th, the HBCU homecoming, the Battle of the Bands is going to be going on Harrisburg. It's going to be going on at Harrisburg High School, which is at 2151 Market Street, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Showtime starts at 1 p.m. Make sure you check all that stuff out. That's good. That's a lot of fun events. That's going to be getting you geared up for school and after school gets started, the homecoming event. It's going to be a little bit of fun. I wish you'd still be up here. You can check some of that stuff out, but you already know. I know you've experienced a lot of stuff like that also. Got a special guest. His name's Jamone Nelson, friend of mine. We've traveled to Jamaica together.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of conversations together about good, bad, and indifferent. Eileen's on. Thank you for tuning in. Right now, he's a husband, he's a father, he's a senior maintenance supervisor in the United States Army. He's also a collector, rider, and repairman of motorcycles. And that's just a little bit of his title. I'm going to let him get into it. But right now, let's give him some thumbs up. Let's give him some hearts. Wait, I know you don't like the hearts because you always make fun of me. But let's give him some hearts and make them hearts come through because they look real cute when they come through. It takes a bit for them to come through, but they look real cute. Give him some applause. You don't think they look cute? You ain't seen them come through.
I hadn't seen them yet, but I'm pretty sure Shayla gonna say
Nah,
something.
Shayla ain't sending none. I'm waiting for her to say, oh, there's a few. There's a few. Okay, they're coming through now.
Thank you, Shayla.
All right. She the only one who loves it. Jamone, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? You over there laughing. You having a good time? Is this your first time going live?
This is not my first time going live, but it is my first time going live with you.
He's in the lab.
And I've watched every show. So,
as you should. I mean, even the very first one when you're making fun of me.
Absolutely. I critique them probably harder than anybody out there. So that's my job.
Lying. You ain't lying.
So most of all, like you said, husband, father, got three kids. I been in the Army for 18 years next week. Actually, no. 18 years and 3 days.
Congratulations to you.
So been in the Army for 18 years. I've traveled, last time I counted, I think 37 different states.
Wow.
3 different countries.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've done a lot. Overall, I mean, I have no complaints. Spent a lot of time focusing on my kids, trying to make sure that everything that I do is to set them up for success. So,
I understand.
Yep, that's about it. Nothing extravagant.
Yeah, that's extravagant in itself.
Just a simple dude.
Simple dude who's done extraordinary things, and not only that, he's what have you done? I think you changed my oil before, you fixed some brakes before.
Fix your brakes, installed your garbage disposal, fix your bathtub. I mean, you name it, I can do it.
Broke, but, I think it broke you, but you tried to fix it.
We'll
talk about that.
That's what I do.
Yeah, we got something sitting right
here.
here.
One-stop shop. Oh, this right here?
What's about it? Go ahead.
Best water in the world.
Is it really?
Yeah, I've had a few cases shipped to Dallas. So,
I know.
Yeah,
you stole a few while you were here too, right?
I got some in my bag right now.
I mean, you still.
Can't tell you that. Definitely some good water though.
It is some delicious water. It tastes like a fresher version of water, if you ask me.
Yeah,
I think so. I mean,
absolutely.
I know when he had a case shipped down to Dallas. I'm putting all your business out there.
You can put it out there.
And then you put it away. You know, you hid it from your kids.
I tried to have it
exactly. I was getting because he was letting the kids drink the cheap water while he was drinking the alkaline water, a healthier version. And then the kids found it, and then he never saw them again. They were gone after that, right?
All within like 3 days.
Wow. And you got to pay that shipping and handling and all that.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So you talked about 18 years of being in the Army. Can you give us a little bit of knowledge about Army life from your perspective?
Oh
yeah.
That's a little much. I mean, the Army obviously has changed from when I first joined to now. I mean, it's night and day in several different areas. Trying to keep up with society and how we're moving as a society. It's different dealing with the millennial. You know. But overall, I mean, it prepares you for life. I feel like one of the best things that I've ever done was join the military. A lot of things that I've imagined doing, or even I didn't imagine doing, I've done. You know, and I've had structure doing it. So something that I definitely don't want my kids to do. But if they do it, I wouldn't have any issues with accepting it. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I know. I'm an Army vet myself. I was in and out. Now I got especially that out there. I mean, you got those things out. Wow, he done took everything. He stole my whole juice. He over here okie. I was in and out the Army before you even enlisted.
Absolutely.
That about right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, okay, yeah. So I know a little bit about the old Army, wearing the BDUs, wearing when airborne only wore beret. Yeah, I remember that. Those weren't fun.
That discipline area.
Yeah. Some things stick, some things don't. Yeah, okay.
But overall, I mean, in my Army career, I mean, I've had good and bad. I mean, back in 2013, I was selected to be a warrant officer candidate, and I was excited. Got all these great emails from everybody across the Army, and shortly after that, we had the little budget crisis, and I lost all of that. They told me I had to be reboarded, and just last year I was I pinned on Master Sergeant. So
yeah.
I mean, just one more rank in my career is.
I wouldn't stand at parade rest if I was still in.
Hey, you wouldn't have a choice.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Okay.
You
hear what he said?
Man first.
Yeah.
I don't care. You see, he's in my lab telling me I'm gonna stand in front. I mean, we're not gonna talk about.
He got it out of the Army as a PFC.
He okie right now. So I know throughout your career and through your life, can you explain any events or accomplishments that you did that freeze up? I hope it didn't freeze up on you.
We're good.
We're still good. All right. We're talking about events and accomplishments. Any events or accomplishments that you would like to share with us?
So, like I said, just recently, last year, I was selected for a Master Sergeant. I pinned on 2 months after being selected. Definitely a great accomplishment. Only 2% of the people in my career field get selected for Master Sergeant.
Wow, that's a very low number.
So that's extremely low.
That's a pinnacle for you to accomplish that.
Other than that, I mean, my kids, like I said, everything I do is to set my kids up for success. So my kids just graduated from this college program that we put them in. This is the first year doing it. Plan to keep them into it, and hopefully by the time they graduate high school with an associate's degree. So something that
that's cool.
Accomplishments for me is anything that involves boosting my kids to the next level. So it's kind of all I got.
Right. I know, and you've been affiliated with some events, at least when you lived here in the Harrisburg area, that I can talk about. I know you coached a little bit. Yeah. Coached basketball.
Haven't done much of that.
Huh?
Haven't done much of that since I left.
I understand, but I mean, you still, your community involvement has been impactful, at least during the time frame that you were here.
Absolutely, and I work on motorcycles. We mentioned that earlier, and majority of the time I'm working on motorcycles is not because I'm doing it for money. I do a lot of stuff that I do just to save other people money.
I see.
You know, and I recently just worked on a motorcycle for a guy that I knew he didn't have the income, and I knew he couldn't afford to work. So, and I did it, and he came to pick it up and try to pay me what little money he did. And I just told him, it was all for free. So I've done more free work than paid work. so that's kind of where I am.
Thank you, Safrania, for tuning in. Please tag, like, and share. So working on bikes and helping people out, what does that do for you? Is that therapeutic for you?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You get to kind of get away from the world and do your thing?
At times I go in the garage and tear my bike apart for no reason.
Just because, huh?
My bike is actually in parts right now in my garage, and there's nothing wrong with it. I don't have nothing else to do.
He needs something to do before he breaks something down and put it back together.
Yeah, I mean, once I put it together, it won't go back the way it came. So I'll make some changes.
Do something new, just because, huh? And I know you talked about your events and accomplishments, but what gave you the inspiration to actually enlist in the Army?
So actually, we had this conversation last night, actually, and as crazy as it sounds, I was challenged with a job that I worked for Tyson, and they put me on this cone line and had me cutting these chicken strips off of these chickens, and I did that for 2.5 days.
Yeah, just 2.5 long days.
On the third day.
He got up.
Sound like I'm in church. on the third day, it hit me at lunch. I mean, at my first break, I said, you know what, I can't do this no more. And I left there, and I had no intentions on joining the Army. I was traveling and drove by the recruiting station, just walked in and said, hey, I want to do something different. And like I said, it turned to be, I wasn't serious about it at first. It was more of a, I'm just doing something to be doing it. Really didn't have a real reason to be doing it. But don't have any military background in my family. Okay. You know, my brother-in-law, but I mean, as far as my immediate family, I have no background. So it was just something to do, and like I said, turned to be by far the best thing I've ever done as far as career-wise. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
I bet. I know you met a lot of people. I know you've seen a lot of things. You've traveled, you said 30, how many? 37 states?
37 states, yeah.
Okay.
37 states. Lived in 6 different states.
Okay. Okay, and it's nice to travel when the Army's done.
Oh, absolutely.
You get to see some things, and it's part of your job. That's just, I think that's appropriate. What gives you the inspiration to keep going now that you're 18 years in? Because the same inspiration that led you to sign up is not the same inspiration that keeps you moving now.
Absolutely. So it's the same thing with, like I said, with my kids. I look at the younger soldiers in the same capacity, and every opportunity that I get to build somebody up and building and creating growth is something that I continue to do it only because it's making somebody else better. So majority of the time, when I'm not out, providing some type of professional career guidance, it's more of, sitting down and talking to soldiers saying, hey, what are you doing to get to the next level? So I spend a lot of time just trying to encourage somebody to replace me. It's a lot of times we get in positions where we're doing things and we're doing it because, we holding this position, but we fail to realize that it's gonna be we're gonna get old and we're gonna fade away at some point.
Eventually, you'll be priced out.
Yeah, so somebody else got to come in and replace us. So our job as leaders is to prepare that next level. To come in and do that same job. What's going on, Steve?
Yeah, there we go. Steve's on. Coach Steve's on. I see Jarrell's on. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please tag, like, and share. And Steve saying what up to you. I know. I'm just acknowledging it. That's all. I mean, you're always on my back.
I told you.
We can turn the cameras off and it'd be whatever's clever.
We don't want no problem.
And so, what do you think in 5 years or so? What do you think your inspiration will be? Whether you're still in the Army doing your thing, or if you've moved on, transition to another career, transition on something else. What do you think your inspirations will be moving on?
Ooh, so 5 years from now. I'm more than likely I'll still be in the Army. Okay. Like it's 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna stay until they tell me to get out.
See, it's embedded in him. It's in his blood now.
I mean, I look at it as why start over? Why go back to the bottom when you've already built your way to the top? So there's no point in me getting out of the military to go and start all that. I mean, my boss may be 21.
I know. And he yelling at you, telling you what to do. You gonna last 3 days there.
Not even 2.5.
He's knocking on the door somewhere else. So what do you think your goals are? And I know, like we talked about, for inspiration. But let me ask you this. Let me ask it this way. Have you made any goals that you've already accomplished? Like, did you have a big goal that it was so big, it's like, wow, I don't think I'll ever accomplish it, and you accomplished it, and looking back on it, like, wow, that journey was fun. Have you ever had an experience like that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like the promotion. The promotion was definitely one that, at some point, I counted myself out. And sometimes we learn that our biggest failures are the ones that we create. You
ain't lying.
So I counted myself out, multiple times. But I mean, through the whole process, somebody was always there encouraging me, saying, seeing something in me that I didn't see in myself. So it kind of just, it created this foundation that I have now. So other than that, my only other things that I want as far as goals is seeing my kids doing everything that I imagine them doing. We our kids give us the blues sometimes. They don't, but at the end of the day, it's all about seeing them take on and go to the next level.
Watching them grow and be successful.
Everything I do is for that reason alone.
Right. So that I guess that answers my next question. What do you see? What is your future goal?
That's it.
And that would be it.
That's it.
To have been watching your legacy be successful and grow themselves, and they after you plant those seeds, after they grow and bear fruit and continue it on generation through generation, See, Victoria's on. Please tag, like, and share. Thank you for tuning in. Congratulations to you and Lily. I'm assuming you guys are home and doing well. She just had her baby a few days ago, not too long ago. Yeah, team mom, still contributing to the team. So we move on to this question. The question that you said you were gonna give me a lot of trouble on, but you ain't gonna give me no trouble on this question because we live now. We live. So if you don't gotta say nothing, but I'm still asking anyway. This question I ask, and I've been doing this for about 2 months now, and I ask this question for multiple reasons. One reason because I like to see what other people read or have read, what they find interesting. So for one, I can see what to actually look into and kind of grow myself. For two, just for the readers, not the readers, for the viewers here that are watching right now live and the ones that will be watching the replay, to let them know how important reading is and how you I forget who said it. Who was the last person who said all leaders are readers, but not all readers are leaders, you know? But that's a very true and important statement. So my next question to you is, what is your favorite book that you've ever read and why? And thank you, Linda, for tuning in. Please tag, like, and share. That's Shayla's mom.
Oh, hey, Shayla's mom.
Lamont's on. Thank you for tuning in. Tag, like, and share. But what's your favorite book and why?
Shayla's okay, by the way.
Yeah, but, she's behind the camera.
But
that's right. Thank you, Steve. It was Leland. The last live we did, he did say that.
So I would say I'm gonna go back to when I was a kid.
Okay.
So initially, I read this book from front to back because my mom and dad made me do it. You know, it wasn't because I wanted to do it. I don't even remember half of the stuff I read. So I just read it because they made me sit down for an hour a day and read. So now that I'm an adult and I understand things, but that my favorite book of all time would be the Bible. Okay. And it's only because it has provided a step-by-step map on every situation and every capacity on how to get through life, and it's probably the most encouraging book, you know, known to man. So that's probably my favorite book. Okay. I do have March 4th and No Shade, literally sitting on my desk at work right now.
Are they autographed?
They are autographed.
No, that was a dumb question.
I know, because that was dumb. But I have those two books sitting on my desk along with Who Moved My Cheese. That's one of my.
That's a favorite one of mine too. I had both of my sons read that book too. And when I had Nazir, my oldest son, read that book, I don't think he fully understood why I had him read it until now he's transitioning. He's already an adult, but he's transitioning into a more formal adult. So now he understands why you got to keep moving around. Right, he's absolutely. Like, I see why you had me read that book. It makes sense in life. Perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good book. So I encourage you to read. That's on my top 10 faves, and it's easy read. You can get it done in a day if you don't have anything to do, but really you can get it done in a few days just by just taking a few minutes a day, you know. So you gave us some interesting tidbits and knowledge.
Hey, not a whole lot, but I'm good.
Yeah, she is okay because she ain't gonna look. She said she's gonna come on and shut down the camera, but that ain't happening. Yeah, we just don't acknowledge. Don't acknowledge it. Is there anything that we missed?
So,
here we go. I gave him the platform, and now you're getting comfortable, right? I'm about to take you back.
Hey, so I can say this because I've witnessed it and I've experienced it, and a lot of people don't get on and acknowledge a lot of things, but I can honestly say that in the process, when did we meet? 2012,
2012.
13 or 14 when we really started talking or whatever. But I can honestly say that as a individual or as a person, I've learned a lot from not only your lives, but just from conversations. I mean, we done been down some roads together.
We have. We have.
We've shared a lot of late night conversations, early morning conversations while you're at work, or you know, not only your life situations but mine as well. So
both been vulnerable.
Absolutely, and it takes a we look at things from a perspective as an adult that the next generation is the issues that we're having in society when in fact we're just as much part of that problem as they are.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, if we don't have anybody that's going to hold us accountable, that's going to look back and correct us when we're wrong, or even encourage us, because everything that we do is not always going to be right.
Right.
And everything that we do is not always going to be what is probably best for the next person. But when you have somebody, you have that accountability partner, you have that friend, you have that encourager, you have that, that person that's going to take you to that next level.
Mm-hmm.
You have to show appreciation and give flowers when they, while they live. So a lot of times, a lot of my failures came from me trying to do stuff by myself,
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure
Trying to
things
be an
out
island.
and holding a lot of stuff in. But in reality, it took me to come out of my comfort zone, and that's taking it all the way back to when the lives first started.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot.
And getting out of your comfort zone and sharing things,
Mm-hmm.
and getting comfortable with people and coming out of that box to get you over that hump, the things that we go through.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, definitely appreciate every live from the first. Matter of fact, sometimes I go back and I tell you, like, man, I can't sleep. I'm sitting up looking at this live that you did, 10 months ago, and this. I'm like, man, this was terrible. Like, you should.
Yeah, he is a critic. He's a good critic to have, but he's a critic.
But seriously, like, it takes somebody literally holding you accountable for what you're doing, and if you don't have that in your life, you definitely need somebody that's gonna provide that to you. So, my recommendation, or my quote for anybody that's listening, I guess, is to just find you an accountability partner. Find you, and it don't necessarily have to be a spouse. It don't necessarily, whoever can hold you accountable in all your wrongdoings.
Mm-hmm.
You need to find that person to help you when it's time, when you need it. So I got mine right here. He okie sometimes, but at the end of the day, I know for a fact whenever I need somebody, he's a phone call away. Which is why I jumped in my car. Me and my kids, me and my 3 kids drove 19 and a half hours from Dallas, Texas, and I've been up here with this guy ever since Thursday. So, hey, that's what friends do.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like we always say to each other, iron sharpens iron.
Absolutely.
And so through each other's highs and low points in life, and we go through seasons, just like the transition that day by day, week by week, time by time, we go through these seasons, and we both, I can say, I've leaned on you as a backbone,
absolutely.
And I can feel confident enough to say, especially after what you just said, you leaned on me, and we've helped each other through situations, and still help each other through situations. That's this thing called life.
Absolutely.
And you're only as strong as your weakest link.
That's it.
And once you find somebody that'll get down in the grind with you, it just makes life that much better, because you know, at least no matter what, if you're having a 2-day all day long, at least you can at least make a phone call or something. You got somebody there to say, you know what, you were right, you were wrong, or whatever. Give you advice. It's a good feeling. Likewise, thank you.
Absolutely.
And Steve's saying he's okie for sure. Wow.
You're right about that, Steve.
But he's been right there too.
But Steve's an Oakland Raiders fan, so he's a little okie too. So.
Look at this, y'all got serious. Yeah, we were serious for a minute, but we right back into normal. He is an Oakland Raiders fan. That's what normally shuts him down real quick.
Who that nation?
Wow. Yeah, we did. We just saw Ed Reed get inducted to the Hall of Fame. He gave a nice. You see his hat too? You see his hat?
The hat. It was cool.
I might have to wear something like that on one of these lives, man. I know it's not me, but I might have to just rock it one time.
The head too big, man.
Nah, they making extra large, man.
You
want to fit on your look like a little bell.
Yeah, you need a bell. Well, I got a little head.
That's what I'm talking about. If you try to wear
little head, big ears, big nose. That's me.
Anything else you want to cover? Anything while you still have the platform? While you still here in this town? That you're in the lab, right? You haven't been in the lab in a long time. While you got this platform, anything you want to share?
No, I think that's it, man. Like I said, I appreciate the time. I appreciate the friendship.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to watching you. And I've been saying this from day one. I'm looking forward to watching you grow to the next level.
Thank you.
And I plan to be along for the whole ride. So.
He said you far. He gonna come get you.
Shayla said you got a big head, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, some comments you just don't acknowledge while live, man.
Well, I'm gonna look it up.
Nah. There's no point in doing that.
That's where they're coming, man.
Yeah,
the whole point of being live is to interact with the fans. Right?
Not when they're coming at me.
I mean, so you just supposed to just.
I do ignore some of the comments that come to me intentionally.
Well, we're not going to ignore the fact that you got a big head. We got.
I mean, it takes up the screen. It's supposed to.
Yeah.
I see Kevin's on. Thank you for tuning in. Please tag, like, and share. Never acknowledge. Wow. Whatever. Yeah, this is when you move on to the next segment of the show, and the next segment of the show is, you know what? I put on to put on. Now smooth.
Yeah,
huh?
that was
you
smooth.
like how that? I put on to put on, and I say that to say this. You know, if you have a business, if you have a product, if you have a positive message, you're being real oaky right now, and you need a platform where you want to put it on, again, a business, product, or positive message, and you got a platform that you want to put it on, inbox me, text me, get a hold of me somehow, some way, let me know. I'll schedule you to get on the show, all right? I just made a video, so on my Coach Clee page saying the same thing, so check that thing out, too, because I put a lot of work into that thing. It's a little tester video, but it's a lot of fun doing it. But so, if you got, again, business, product, or positive message, let me know. We'll schedule you to come on the show. We'll get you in the lab, or we'll figure out something. I'll come to you. We'll do something fun. Mm-hmm. We'll do something, and you'll get your message out there, and we'll all learn something about each other. You know, it's a collaboration. It's networking, building each other up all day long, all day strong.
That's what we do.
That was kind of like an Army phrase, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was probably, that was like Army. That was like back in the PFC days. I mean, I understand, like it was way back. Like
that was Army of One back then.
Nah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was
be all you can be.
No, that was before me. That was way before me. We ain't gonna sit here and talk Army slogans. You know what I mean? Oh, you know what I mean?
Hey, don't say that.
Amen. He doesn't. But one of us at this table, one of us is a leg, and one of us has his wings.
Mm.
You know, and I know which one doesn't have his wings.
One of us gonna retire. One of us didn't.
Not from the Army, that is.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a special guest coming later in this week.
You know I follow
this.
I follow this, right? So don't ask
I'm not going to ask.
Okay.
You saw me cut it off right there because I know you know.
I know everything.
I got a but do you know who the special guest is?
I'm not going to ask the question because I already know what you're going to say.
Yes or no? I'm not saying it because I know you're going to watch and you're going to see who the special guest is, but you have no idea who it is.
It's cliche. I don't know.
Wow. So that means everybody's got to tune in and see. I mean, sometimes it's not a good idea to put your friends on the show because, I mean, he got me saying, I mean, I told him I wouldn't bring slang in either. Sometimes you don't put your friends on the show because they ruin things. When you got a whole system going, they take you out of your home mental OODA loop. Because if you see the intro of this live, it was all messed up because I wasn't all the way there. The intro was messed up, and I went out of order on some things. And maybe I saw it. Maybe I don't know. Johnny Walker is not taking effect. That might be talking about some of that later. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Anyway, got a special guest, and I got a special gift for you for coming on the show. You know, you get that Coach Clee magnet to put on that 19-hour drive so everybody from here all the way to Texas can see all that, you know? And lastly, is there anything you want to say, anything you want to do? Because you know there's one rule, and I didn't explain to you that you should already know what's coming.
Come on, you already know.
You know what the rule is?
I know what it is.
It's the motor. Let's do the outro together then.
I'm with it.
It's the motor. Ready? One.
He gonna say it's your motivational speaker.
Look, we talking,
man.
we talking to the camera, and you looking beyond the camera.
It's
your motivational speaker, your empowerment coach, your author, and your favorite baker's favorite baker saying, peace, we all love you. We out of here with the money dance. Thank you. Have a good night. Peace.